Hello everyone, my name is MrNJersey and welcome to my channel. Yes, we are back with some more version 1 content for you. In this video we're going to be having a look at the new ropes, hoses and electrical cables. We're going to learn how we can actually use them, what we connect them to, and some real world scenarios here in Stormworks. But before we get started, if you are enjoying these videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and click the little bell icon to be notified of my upcoming content as soon as it gets posted. And while you're watching, let me know your thoughts in the comments below and what else you'd like to see in my future videos. So all said, let's get straight into it and get started with this video. And getting started, the addition of the new ropes, hoses and also the new electrical cables in game have actually added a bunch of new features for us and actually opened up a world of new possibilities, and actually how we interact with our vehicles has kind of completely changed. And I really think this is extremely cool. Now what we've got in front of us is I've got a couple different examples of what you can use these new hoses slash ropes for. Now we're going to go through each one of them, what they can do, what they can't do, etc. And then we'll actually go and test it out on a plane that I'm currently building just at the back there, and kind of show you how you will use this in a real world scenario. So of course we have the rope as the first one. The rope can be attached to any winch, or it can be attached to any anchor point, obviously a rope anchor point. You can of course go and attach it to the winch, simply clicking it. You'll notice it obviously does have a certain amount of length to it, where obviously it will go and stop, so it will stop around about there. And there's not much more with that. You can't obviously make it longer, it is as it is. You can of course go and extend the winch, either bring it in or bring it out, and that will then obviously give it more rope. So it takes what length you have and then adds it to the amount of rope that you have inside your winch. So for example, we have 100 meters in here, so we're going to end up with this piece of rope plus 100 meters on that winch. So I think this is really cool. Now you'll notice there is no option here to unequip it, to disconnect it. To disconnect it, all you have to do is obviously scroll your mouse, and it's gone and disconnected it, and you'll see it's now on my inventory once again. We can go and store it, so that's quite useful. Besides that rope, I don't see any other main reason for this. Obviously connecting it from anchor to anchor, or connecting it from winch to anchor, or vice versa, would probably be the only benefits of the rope system. The next thing we have is going to be the electrical cable. Now the electrical cable, of course, as it says in the name, it can go and transfer electrical current from one vehicle to another vehicle, or vice versa. So for example, if you have a trailer that you've gone and connected from maybe a tractor to a trailer, you can go and connect the electricity across it using a new electrical cable. Electrical cable also can go and transfer data, which is pretty cool. So that's a really nice one, I think, especially for when you're building like winch systems with maybe a harness on it. You can actually transfer the data from one anchor to the other anchor. So I think that's really cool. Moving on from that, we also have the hose. Now this is the most important one, I think, because of course this means that we can go and do firefighting missions, and we can also refuel vehicles. So for example, as I said, I have a couple examples here that I'm going to show you. I've got 2 tanks here with water, and then the last tank here is going to have fuel. So for example, if we want to go and take the fuel from here and put it into this tank, we can now simply walk up to the anchor, attach it, walk up to the second anchor, attach it, and you'll see it's now gone and made a beautiful connection between the two. This tank is currently empty, whereas this tank is full. I click on the pump, and you'll notice it's transferring fluid across the two. Pretty cool. Let's go and just turn that off. The next thing we have, of course, is actually I need to get that cable back. So you can see I've just gone and detached it, and I can scroll to go and remove it from that piece there. The same thing goes here. We can attach it to the winch. You can attach any type of cable, hose or rope to a winch, which is quite nice that you have this open options here. But one thing you'll notice is with the winch, there's something in my inventory. It says press B to open it. You can actually open the winch, the hose, and start shooting things out. So you can see here, I can actually go and put a fire out using this hose, and I can continue walking around and moving and still putting a fire out, which is really cool, I think. Now you don't have to have a winch for this, so we're going to turn that off. We go connect it to just a anchor point, turn the pump on, it works exactly the same thing. So you don't have to have a winch. You can use either an anchor, or you can go and use a actual winch itself. It's completely up to you on which one you want to use here. So I think this is really cool. Now, another thing that is quite important, something to note here, is that if you connect it over to something that has diesel or jet fuel or something like that, and I'm going to open the hose on those and turn the pump on, nothing comes out. There's absolutely zero coming out of here, and that's because we only go and render the water. Only will show water. It will not actually show any fuel that you're going and spraying out of a hose here. So that is one thing that you should just be aware of. Now that pretty much covers it for the few pieces of rope. I'm actually just going to jump over to the plane here, and I'm going to show you a perfect example. So this is a plane I'm currently working on. It's still in progress. As you can see, there's some doors lying around there, but I've got some refueling just underneath here. So you can see here I've got a little hose connector, and then also here in the actual hanger we've got two little options here. We can either do jet fuel or diesel. This uses jet fuel, so I'm going to go and simply connect my hose like this. I'm going to bring the hose out just a little bit. I'm then going to go and walk over to my actual aircraft. I'm going to go and connect it over here, so you can now see that. We can obviously make it tighter if we want to. So you can notice here now the rope is getting pulled in, the hose is getting pulled in, so it's nice and tight, connected to the vehicle. And of course we are now pumping fuel across. And once you're done refueling, just disconnect the hose, walk back here, and you have now finished refueling your vehicle. This is really cool. I think these new ropes and hoses, and obviously being able to go and see them and attach them to pretty much anything you want. I can just go here, quickly attach it. I think refueling and recharging and doing pretty much anything with cables is going to be completely different. And the way we integrate this into our creations now, I think is really going to change. That's just my opinion. I would love to hear your comments in the video description below. Let me know what you guys think of these new first person ropes and cables and hoses. I think it's going to be quite a big game changer here in version 1. But as always, guys, don't forget to follow my channel and subscribe. Don't miss any of version 1 content coming. And as always, I hope you have enjoyed this and found some entertaining and informative as always. And we'll see you in the next one.